Hello, good afternoon students. Today's experiment is systematic qualitative analysis of inorganic salt sample, where our aim is to detect the acid radical and basic radical in a given inorganic salt. Okay. Now, students, we know a salt is produced by the neutralization reaction of an acid and a base, and it has two parts. What are the two parts? The basic radical that comes from base, it is also known as cation, and acid radical which comes from acid, it is also known as anion. Now, our systematic qualitative analysis involves a series of chemical tests, and before that we must take up the physical examination of the dry sample. Now, students, here you can see I have beautiful colored dry sample salts. This is a sample of nickel sulphate, NiSO4, nickel sulphate, you see bluish green color, and here I have got a sample of grassy green color of nickel chloride. Okay. And here I have got a sample of solid potassium dichromate. You can see the shiny crystals. Can you see here, students, the shiny crystals over here? So, these are all dry samples from which we are going to detect the cation and anion. This is our target of the experiment, our aim of the experiment. But today's sample, we have taken a sample of ammonium chloride. This is a colorless salt. We are going to detect the basic radical and acid radical and give up the confirmatory test. So, here our sample is a colorless sample. So, first we shall go for preliminary dry test. Now, how do we perform preliminary dry test? We take a pinch of the sample in a clean, dry, hard glass test tube and heat it over the flame of Bunsen burner, and the flame should be oxidizing flame. In fact, inorganic experiments, inorganic reactions must be carried out. The heating should be in oxidizing flame. So, here I have got a clean dry test tube with solid sample, and I am going to heat it in the oxidizing zone of the flame. Now, this part is known as preliminary dry test, and it is a common part for all chemical tests to be performed for inorganic salt analysis. Now, let us take up the observations. We are going to record our observations, what happens after strong heating. You can see the inner wall of the upper cooler part of the test tube has become white due to the formation of dense white fumes, and let us introduce a red litmus paper. Inserting a red litmus paper in the mouth of the test tube, we see slowly it will turn blue in color. So, this indicates that the gas evolved may be basic in nature. Now, we introduce a glass rod dipped in concentrated HCl near the mouth of the test tube. Can you see dense white fumes are evolved? So, this is our preliminary dry test, students, and as I said, it is a common part and it is a very important part for all chemical tests to be performed for inorganic salt analysis. But it is a very important point, all of you should remember that dry test is never a surer test. Make it a point, it is always the weight test and other confirmatory test which are weight test also, they are the surer test for both acid radical and basic radical of an inorganic salt sample. Our next part of the experiment is weight test for acid radical, where we are going to prepare the original solution of the salt sample. So, I take a little quantity of the sample again. And then I prepare a solution. So, this is my solution and its original solution. With this original solution, we are going to carry out the next chemical test. So, I take a little quantity of the original solution and to it I will add silver nitrate solution, and on adding silver nitrate solution, students, you can see we are getting a white PPT, a white precipitate is formed, which indicates that the anion of the sample may be Cl minus or chloride ion. Okay. So, now this is not usually considered as a confirmatory test of chloride ion. We are going to perform the next confirmatory test for chloride ion, which is known as chromyl chloride test. This is the confirmatory test to detect Cl minus in a given salt sample. Now, we have come to the confirmatory test of chloride ion, for which we have taken a clean dry hard glass test tube and to it I have added a pinch of the dry sample. Okay. Now, as I have added a pinch of the dry sample, I have to mix it with equal amount of solid potassium dichromate. Here I add a little quantity of solid potassium dichromate, but the volume of potassium dichromate added should be in equal amount with the volume of the sample taken. Now, I will just add a few drops of concentrated sulfuric acid to the reaction mixture and record our observations. So, students, you can see already the gas has started evolving. I will cork the test tube here. And then we will go for mild heating. You can see red vapors of the gas coming out, and the gas when passed through a mixture of sodium hydroxide and lead acetate solution, it turns yellow. We are getting a yellow precipitate of lead chromate. This is the yellow precipitate of lead chromate, and this confirms the chloride ion in our given inorganic sample. Now, here you can see the reaction taking place to confirm chloride ion in the given sample. The gas evolved was chromyl chloride, CrO2Cl2. Now, this gas when passed through a mixture of sodium hydroxide with lead acetate solution, we are getting lead chromate, and this lead chromate appears in the form of yellow precipitate. The yellow precipitate that we have got while performing the test is lead chromate. So, we have completed the first part of our experiment where we have detected the acid radical, and we have found that our acid radical in the given sample was chloride, and to confirm chloride we have performed chromyl chloride test. Our next part of the experiment is to detect the basic radical in the given inorganic salt sample. Now, before we go for the process or the activity part, let us understand the basic radicals or the cations of the samples are categorized into different groups. Here we have group 0, group 1, group 2, where we use a particular group reagent. Now, for group 0 as such we do not have any group reagent. For group 1 we have dilute HCl as the group reagent, and this cation which is categorized under group 1 is Pb2 plus. Over here for group 0 we take NH4 plus as the cation. Now, what are these groups actually? These groups, the basic radicals are classified into various groups. This is based on the concept of solubility product as well as on the difference in the chemical properties of the cations. For example, if we add dilute HCl to a sample containing all cations, chlorides of lead, silver and mercurous will be precipitated. Chlorides of lead, silver and mercurous will be precipitated, and the rest all chlorides will not be precipitated as they are water soluble. So, this is how we have included the cations, some specific cations in particular groups, and in this manner you are having in your syllabus from group 0 to group 6. Now, we are going to show group 0, the sample which we have taken, we are going to perform the confirmatory test of group 0 which is ammonium. Now, to analyze group 0, I have taken original salt solution, a little quantity of the original salt solution again in a clean dry hard glass test tube, and to it I will add sodium hydroxide solution NaOH, and then I will start heating the reaction mixture over here. We will continue to heat until bubbles start forming. See, the reaction mixture has been heated to the maximum extent, and we have to add a few drops of this solution is known as Nessler's reagent. On adding Nessler's reagent, this is our Nessler's reagent which detects the presence of NH4 plus ammonium ion in the given sample. This is potassium tetraiodomercurate. On adding this to the reaction mixture heated, we get a brown precipitate. The formation of brown precipitate, you can see students. This confirms that our sample contains ammonium plus NH4 plus. So, we have concluded the experiment by detecting the basic radical as NH4 plus, which is the cation of the sample, and the anion of the sample was already detected in the first part of the experiment, and we got the anion as chloride ion. Now, students, why do we take NH4 plus in group 0 and there is no specific group reagent for this group 0, that is the cation NH4 plus? It is because in the list of the groups and particular group reagents, wherever we are adding, in many steps we have to add solid ammonium chloride with ammonium hydroxide. So, to detect NH4 plus ammonium ion, we always take it in the first part, initial part. So, it is taken in the solid form, and this concludes our experiment. We have completed the salt analysis. On complete analysis, we found our salt sample was ammonium chloride where the cation or the basic radical was NH4 plus and anion, the acid radical, was Cl minus. Thank you.